move into chapter 10 of the book of Luke, and we're going to start with fewer verses than we tend to read, if you don't mind. But we're going to talk about working for Jesus 101. Working for Jesus 101. The Lord now chose 72 of the disciples and sent them ahead in pairs to all the towns and places that he planned to visit. These were his instructions to them. The harvest is great, but the workers are few. So pray to the Lord who is in charge of the harvest and ask him to send more workers into his field. Now, go and remember that I am sending you out as lambs among wolves. Don't take any money with you, nor a traveler's bag, nor an extra pair of sandals, and don't stop to greet anyone on the road. Whenever you enter someone's home, first say, may God's peace be on this house. If those who live there are peaceful, the blessing will stand. If they are not, the blessing will return to you. Don't move around from home to home. Stay in one place, eating and drinking what they provide. Don't hesitate to accept hospitality, because those who work deserve their pay. Working for Jesus 101. There are just a number of things that we want to point out in this text that we believe to be so important. These are 72 other disciples. By the way, the core disciple group, of course, was 12, but there was always other disciples. We see this throughout the text. He takes these 72. Now, of course, and by twos, if you divide 2 into 72, you come up with something like 36 groups or something of that nature. And they go out. And I think one of the things that we can certainly show here, that it shows the importance of pairing. If we go back, we see Moses, when the church is launched, we see, we could go back before that. We could start with Adam and Eve. We could go to Cain and Abel. We could go to Abraham and Sarah. And we just, this thing of pairing people is really important. And of course, it can go two ways, but typically it's so that there is somebody else there that we bounce off of. There is the principle or the law or 2 or 3. And that principle certainly is with them as they are launched to go out, and so then we see that principle there, that they go out in twos. Again, another principle that, stays with us in terms of our work in ministry, the harvest is plentiful. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. There is great work to do. There's not enough people ever, it seems, to do it. And we're always looking for persons who are willing. So we see this thing of going out in twos. We see this thing of a great work that is ahead of us. I mean, there's just not enough people. The harvest is truly great. And that our focus is to pray for more persons. We can see that in the text. In this particular experience, they're just to go. It's a learning experience for them. Now, later on, they are to take these things. But in this experience, in their developmental phase, they're not to take anything with them. And then we want to see that when they go, they have a message. And notice that they're messengers. They're not persons who are to force their way. They're not persons who are trying to make something happen through guilt and or through some other type of facsimile, but they merely have a message. Now, what happens is, that if it's not received, it's no sweat, as it were. That they're simply to move forward, that they have done their part, and that they are to leave persons. Once they have laid it there, they are to leave that and not to take it.